What is up, everyone? My name's Nick, and today we're going to have a chat about what I think might be the best RGB tube light on a budget, and that is the Sokani X25. Sokani is a brand that is just on Amazon from what I can tell. They have a few lights, but they don't really make a lot of products. My light globe that I use to light these videos is actually Sokani, which I didn't know until after I realized that the brands matched. And I've been pretty happy with that. This light is comparable to, say, like a newer light or maybe like a cheaper version, not quite as nice, not quite as bright as a Nanlite Pavo tube. So is this light worth it? And my main question is it better than the RGB lights that I've been using, which are the Yongnuo YN360 version 3. And I've had a lot of trouble with these lights for various reasons, so that's why I got the Sokani ones. So let me explain the issues I've had with the YN360 and why I like the Sokanis a little bit better. So the Sokanis, first of all, have a little bit of diffusion on them, whereas the Yongnuos don't. They have, you can see the LEDs through there. And that just gives an overall pleasing quality of light that comes right out of this. Actually, I have my second one back there right out of the shot, which is providing the blue light that you see in the background. The issues that I was trying to solve coming from the YN360, number one was the YN360 has this removable remote, but it doesn't have Bluetooth control for your phone. And initially I thought, I want something that has the removable remote instead of the Bluetooth control for my phone, because I usually don't like Bluetooth apps. But the Sokani lights have a Bluetooth app. Now, the trouble that I've run into with this YN360 is this little controller here has buttons on the front that you can't lock. And when I was just holding this light, like so, right, I would push these buttons, and these buttons will change the channel on the light, and then this light will turn white, and you no longer have color. And that's really annoying when you're in the middle of a shoot. And you would think, well, since this is removable, just take the remote out, put it in your pocket. But still, this is a touch-sensitive dial, and you would touch this, and then it would change something in the light in your pocket. So you really had tons of issues because of what I thought was going to be the feature that I wanted this light for, which was this remote. Another feature I thought I wanted this light for was the fact that it took a removable battery. And that's all well and good, but the Sokanis have a built-in battery, which is just a much more elegant solution. It's one less battery to remember, it's one less battery charger. So the Sokanis just come with this little power brick here. This is how you charge them up. And then the next issue we'll get into is the YN360s are not an aesthetically pleasing light. And you would think, oh, it's a light, that doesn't matter. But a lot of people like to have their RGB lights in the shot. And I have filmed a few videos, such as this one. And I had these in the shot, and I just kind of thought they were ugly. Like you can see in the video that they're just not that aesthetically pleasing. But I find that if you have the tube light in the shot, it's a little bit better of an aesthetic. It just looks better on screen. So I find that that makes it a lot easier to try to not hide these. You can just leave them out in the shot. And then on top of that, to mount these on the bottom, they have a just a regular like tripod thread on both ends. So this one, the YN360, has a plastic one. The Sokanis are metal. So it has a plastic one on the bottom that seems like it's gonna break pretty easily. And then to top that off, the Sokanis come with these little tripods, and you can just screw the little tripod into the bottom there, and they will just sit like that. So they're a really nice and easy light to use in a shot, and they're much more aesthetically pleasing, so they're easier just on the eyes. They look better in a video. So I give them points in that regard too. Let's talk about power output. So what you see behind me here is one of the Sokanis on 100%, and it's pretty bright. This light that's up here is a pretty powerful 120 watt LED, and it only goes down to 25%. So this is at the lowest power possible so that you could see the most of this one, but it is very bright. So I will say the YN360, if you are going by the white power output, the YN360 is a little bit stronger. So if you're going to be using it as like your key light, or if you're going to be doing something where you're not using this as an RGB light, this is probably the stronger, more powerful light. But when it comes to RGB power, the Sokanis have it beat. So let me show you. Here's the full white output, and then we're going to switch to RGB. So we have the blue, and then we'll switch one of the Sokanis to blue. So this right now, the Sokani is at 20% power on the blue, and this Yongnuo is at, see, I hit the button. This Yongnuo is at 100%. It only has one power setting for intensity. So you can see here at 20% power on blue RGB, the Sokani is about the same brightness as the YN360 on its only pretty much maximum output power for RGB. So for just white, this one has it beat, but the Sokanis are much brighter for RGB. So in that case, it's a win in my book. And the last thing that I find fairly important about the Sokanis is, because they're a tube, you can very easily rotate them anyway and set them like in a windowsill. You can set them on the ground, and you can like just barely prop them up with something that'll just hold on to them, and they'll stay wherever you put them. So you can kind of get light shining in just about any direction you want with these. Now with these Yongnuos, they have a pretty slim profile, and they have, the battery is actually on the front. So the only way that these will sit is they'll sit flat, so they'll shine right up, which isn't always what you want, because a lot of times you want them at an angle so you can illuminate a wall. And you would think, you know, like, oh, well, the battery will put them in an angle, but since the battery's on the front, they sit like this. They sit facing down. So you can set them on the ground, but they're going to be facing like this, which sucks because it doesn't light up what you want to light. So these have to be mounted almost always on a stand. They're very difficult to use without a stand, because when they're on a stand, you can change the direction of them. So I actually had to get some like 360-degree light stand adapters so that I could point these in the direction that I wanted. And that's not an issue with the Sokani lights. So I would say that these Sokanis are a much better buy, a much better light for your money. They're brighter when you're in RGB color mode, and they have a softer quality of light. So I don't really see any downsides to them. Now, I will say the only issue I've had with these, which may or may not be a deal breaker for some people, is that they make a very, very slight squeal when they are turned on. So let me turn this one on and stick it right by the microphone. And I'm going to turn up the brightness. And maybe you can pick that up. It's just like a little bit of a high-pitched noise, but maybe you can't. I don't know. But I have not really heard it in any audio recordings with it, but I have pretty sensitive ears to that, so I can definitely hear it. Like, I can hear that one's on right now. So that might be my only con for 'em. I hope you found this helpful. I'm going to be trying to come out with some more tech review videos. I think that's what does the best on my channel, so I might do some photo shoots, tech review videos, and just maybe some stuff in here. But let me know in the comments what you think. Please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like if you found it helpful, and I will talk to you guys later.